Hello learners, and I welcome you here on our platform that is Learning English with us here at Koak Education. Now, when I say that we will be doing tenses, when I said this, I told you that we would be going really slow and steady. Okay, so as you all know, the saying is slow and steady wins the race, right? And I don't want you all to have this overloaded pizza. Okay, I want you all to learn each concept, which means if we were talking about present tense, we did present tense in single concepts, which means we first picked present simple, we did continuous, then perfect and perfect continuous. Same thing, same concept would go for past tense, guys, because here also I will take up single tense. Okay, I don't want to merge tenses. I don't want you to compile in 1-2 hours of video and do it with you. No, this would be done in simplest way, having one tense at a time. All right, so let's start. In today's session we are going to talk about simple past tense. Now when I say simple past tense, is it that simple? Yes, it's actually simple. We just need to know the pattern and the context it is used in. Alright? Now, simple past tense to talk about past actions and habits. See, if you're talking about past actions and habits, you have to use simple past tense, and I guess most of you know the pattern of this tense. For example, I'm here in present, okay? I am here in present. This is present. PR is present. And I have to talk about something that happened in past. Let's say something that happened yesterday. How will I tell it? So I have to tell that I went to school yesterday. So went to school, because went, why? Because I'm talking about yesterday. So whenever you have to talk about your past actions or sometimes habits, you have to use past simple form. For habits, there is a set defined that is used to. Used to is defined, okay? Alright. So for example, if I say, my brother used to drive fast on the roads when he was young. My brother used to drive fast on the roads, or used to drive fast when he was young. Or my brother was a rash driver when he was young. So when I say was, again that's simple past. When I say used to, that is telling us about his habit, a past habit. Alright? Okay. So this is what we are talking about today. This is the gist of what we are going to discuss today. That is past actions and habits using proper examples and structures. So let's move ahead with it now. There are two sentences, guys, that I have used for you, and I have picked these sentences to actually clarify a point, okay? Now, the first sentence says, I go for a walk every morning, which I have given its present simple. Next says, I went for a walk yesterday in the evening, past simple. It's simple to understand. This is verb second form, and this is verbs first form, right? V1 and V2, V3, V4, V5, we have done this in verbs, introduction of tenses. Also, I have told you forms of verbs. So I want you all, those who don't know different forms of verbs, kindly go and watch this video on introduction of tenses. You will get the forms of verbs so that you don't get confused when we are actually discussing these. Okay? Alright. So when I say I go for a walk every morning, this is present simple because I am using this phrase every morning, which means this is a routine action, this is a habitual action, and this is not a habit of past, because when I say every morning means I go every morning, every day. Okay, this is a routine. That is our first form. But yesterday in the evening is telling me what? Yesterday in the evening is telling me about past. This is symbolizing past. So I am using second form of verb, that is went. Okay? So when I use went, here immediately it is telling me about past simple action, which means yesterday in the evening. I can place the time clause ahead also. Yesterday in the evening, I went for a walk. You just have to remember that the form of verb you are using should align with whatever time frame you are talking about. It should not go unaligned. Okay, it has to align with it. Now, so this is the major difference between present simple and past simple. In past simple, you will have the time clause or the time reference telling you about past. Okay, and in present habitual action, you would have something that tells that okay, this action takes place every day. For example, I said, just say I go to school. The sentence can also be I went to school. Okay, but in this case, every morning is telling me that every day in the morning, which will only take present, because every morning cannot talk about past. But yesterday, it is only and only talking about past. Alright, that is why I am using past simple. Now, here if you see this man, I went for a walk yesterday in the evening. So that was a lonely walk probably, okay, with the dog, with its pet, okay. Now, here if you see, I have given you the pattern. This pattern is important. Subject plus verb's second form, and I just told you that in case of simple past, you have to make use of second form of verb, and then comes your object or complement, whichever falls. Okay. For example, if you see here, this morning I cleaned my teeth. This morning I cleaned my teeth. Okay, already done. Let's say I'm talking to you, this is evening. Okay, just for example, assume it that this is the evening that we are talking about, and I am telling you about morning. An action that is already completed in the morning, I'm talking about that. So I say, this morning I cleaned my teeth. Why am I using verb second form here, cleaned and not clean? Because this action is already completed in the morning. I'm not doing it now. I will not be doing it in future. I will be cleaning my teeth. That's every day. That is obvious. But I'm just telling you here as per the context. So here this action has already been done this morning. So it is taking verb second form. That is simple past. So subject, okay, verb, object, okay. I clean my teeth. Now, how do we know that the forms of verbs, okay, like clean goes to cleaned and then cleaned and then cleaning and cleaned. As I told you that you have to go through the verb form list. Okay, you can just Google it or you can just type verb form list and you will get it right there. It is important. You should have it and you should complete it. You should keep on revising it so that you don't get stuck when it comes to addressing verb forms. Okay, now verb second form is done. Now here in the next sentence, if I see, I have another example for you. The party finished at midnight. Now I'm again telling, the party finished at midnight yesterday. Okay, maybe last midnight. Okay, so the party finished at midnight. Again, if you see, finished is what? Finished is second form of verb that I am using. Finished is second form of verb that I am using. This verb's second form. Now, if you see, for instance, when I talk about this sentence, this morning I cleaned my teeth, I was talking about morning. Here I'm talking about midnight. The point is not about I'm giving day reference or night reference. It is just when I'm speaking, morning has already passed. Now when I'm speaking, midnight has already passed. This is when you can use past simple. Because see, if I say this morning I cleaned my teeth, that's definite. That it's not early morning that I'm telling you this point. I maybe in the afternoon I'm telling you, maybe in the evening I'm telling you. So I'm telling you this morning I cleaned my teeth. That is why we are using verbs second form. Next comes, if you see the sentence, the party finished at midnight. So let's say, for example, the very next day, this party was there. I went to this party, and the very next day I come and tell you the party finished at midnight. Now I know which party we are talking about, okay? Finished at midnight. When did the party finish? The party finished at midnight. So this could be your answer. Okay? So verb second form is important. That is what is required. Moving ahead, we have got negative structures. How? How can we frame negative structures for past simple? Now, that is not a big task. But we have to identify, we have to pick. See, it is not necessary that you will always speak in past, okay? But the point is, for example, if a person asks you about daily routine, given in present simple, but if someone asks you, how was your day yesterday, or what did you do yesterday, guys, you have to use past simple tense, okay, back to back. Alright, so here if you see the structure says subject plus verb second form is gone. Now you have to use did not, which can be didn't or didn't also, and verb's first form. Because with did, we cannot use any other form of verb. With did, we use first form of verb. Okay? And then comes your object. So subject plus did plus not plus first form of verb and object. So this is the idea. If I have to say, for example, if I go back in the sentence, this morning I cleaned my teeth, I would say this morning I didn't clean my teeth. Didn't. Here, as you see here, did plus not. So I have to use didn't clean my teeth. See here, he, that's subject. Didn't wash. This is your first form of verb. Clothes, that's the object. Okay. So he didn't wash the clothes. He didn't wash the clothes. This is the ideal pattern that we have to follow. Alright, let's have a look at another example. We say, she didn't dance at the party. Dance is the first form of verb. Even here I would stress that wash is first form of verb. See guys, please remember this. With do, does and did. With do, does and did. With do, does and did, we use first form of verb. Always. We use first form of verb with do, does and did always. So when I say he didn't wash the clothes, wash first form. She didn't dance at the party, again dance is the first form. So again this man is telling you didn't dance, come, I'll teach you how to dance. So she's learning to dance, learning how to dance. Okay. So this is the negative structure. So for negative structure, immediately what comes into picture? Didn't comes into picture when it comes to framing negative sentences using simple past tense. For example, I went there. This is a positive sentence. Okay, a positive sentence says I went there. What about a negative? Change this into negative, it would be I didn't go there. Went, first form is go. So I went there, I didn't go there. Okay, that is negative. Moving ahead. Did she call you? Now again, did and call is the very first sentence. Did she call you? Is it? Your answer could be yes. Yes, she did. Or your answer could be no, she didn't. Yes, she did, or no, she didn't. It could be either ways. So when I say did she call you, your answer could be the yes she did or no she didn't. Okay, this surely depends on us. The answers depend on us. Now, but the point is the pattern is what matters. Did, this is our helping verb, if you see, has come up ahead and subject has moved back. Though verb, main verb is the same, that is first form of verb. Okay, helping verb, subject, and verb's first form. Let's have a look here. Asking questions, whenever you have to ask questions, how to frame. Now this is the order. Did plus subject plus first form of verb. Did plus subject plus first form of verb, and the same thing we have done here. Did plus subject plus first form of verb. That is it. Did plus subject plus first form of verb. Okay. So you have to follow this pattern. For example, did it rain on Saturday? Did it rain on Saturday? It seems that yes, it did. It rained on Saturday. So your answer, see, I'm telling you the answer also, because if a person asks you such questions, you should be able to answer or reply. So generally, sentences or questions beginning with do, does, did, they are yes or no questions. Yes or no questions. Okay, so it depends on you. You have to answer yes or no. It's the simplest answer. Okay, so did it rain on Wednesday and Saturday, and rain is again first form of verb. Another example that I have for you is this. Did my parents call you? So did plus subject and call is the first form of verb. So did my parents call you? That's it. Maybe yes, oh maybe no. My father called you. That is something important, right? So when our parents call our friends, oh my dad called you, oh my goodness, that is important, that's serious. So we get, okay, why did dad or mom called our friends to know something, to ask about something, maybe they doubt us or whatever, right? So we get anxious, we are worried. But there are people who are not worried because they don't lie, or they don't they are like, what parents say we would do that. Okay, so they are not worried much about. Now if you see ahead in these two sentences, it is really clear, and I have given you the order up above. Okay, did plus subject plus verb, and I don't think there should be any problem. It is clearly written. This pattern has been given to you, and you have to follow this pattern. You cannot run away. Okay, if you want to strengthen your chances, if you want to talk in clear English, guys, you need to start working on these. You need to start working on these patterns that are there. If you don't work on these patterns, it won't be beneficial for you. You have to work on these patterns. Okay, only then you will be able to frame such sentences. Otherwise, it will be difficult for you to manage. Okay. So this is how you can frame yours, these question sentences. Now, if I just go back and ask you a question here. Yeah. So we were talking about these answers, that for this kind of question that we have, did she call you, or did my parents call you? Okay, for these kind of questions, we can have yes or no answer. It can be yes she did, no she didn't, right? This is what we were discussing. Please let me know that if I say that do is the first form of verb, what is the second form, what is the third form, and what is the fourth form, and what is the fifth form of verb? This verb do. If I ask you quickly, I'll give you 2 seconds time to recall, and then I'll explain the answer. People who get it right can just pat themselves, can pat their backs, okay, and rest can just learn what we are talking. So do is first form. Second form, guys, just now we did because it is past. Second form is did. Third form is done. Fourth form is doing, and fifth form is does. Now this is used with singular subjects, and this is used with plural subjects. Okay, so this is what I just wanted to ask you people, that are we aware of the forms of verbs of do, did, or does or not? Okay, So guys, negative structures, please add not to it. And if it's a simple structure, you can just go with verb second form. No need to worry about adding did. And if you're asking questions, follow this pattern. That is, your helping verb will be ahead and your subject will come later on. That is the pattern that you can follow. We have these examples. We just did these examples, right? Did my parents call you? And this is it for the day. Now, when I say this is it for the day, which means you have to frame your own sentences, whatever we have discussed, whether it is the positive sentence, use of negative sentence, or question sentence. Start working on it and start whatever you find. Okay, I will be facing trouble when I would be doing this, okay, or I will not be able to frame sentences for this. Sit down, follow this pattern. At least once follow this pattern, guys. You will never be disappointed. You will be able to frame sentences easily. You will be able to frame sentences. Alright? Okay. So thank you so much for being up with us, and I shall see you guys soon again. Thank you so much. Keep learning and growing, guys.